Hi, this is Tessa Keogh, and we've reached the last letter of the alphabet in our month-long extravaganza to go through the letter of the alphabet and provide a tip every single day during Family History Month. So today we're going to talk about zooming around in Legacy. Let's get started. Now, the first thing you can do is you can zoom for font size. So when you're in the Pedigree View, and sometimes when you're in the Report View, right-clicking on Listing Font Size will bring up the various font sizes, and you can select either the automatic, the 10-point, which is what my standard is, or anything up to the 20-point font. So you can zoom in and zoom out to read your information more clearly. Now, when you're also in the Pedigree View, you can zoom to a particular person. So for instance, I have Andrew Keogh listed as the central person here in the Pedigree View, but by zooming to the spouse or the children, I can take a look at any of the other individuals in this Pedigree View, and it will bring up their individual information. I can also zoom between a pedigree view that shows me 5 generations or 4 generations just by clicking or toggling between the views. I can zoom to a letter for names if I'm in the name list. I can choose anything from the first to the last letter. I can work with given names, surnames, or by starting with 1 in the record identification number, I can zoom through that list as well. I can zoom in or out of reports. So for instance, here I have my chronology report, and by going over to the right-hand side in the zoom section, I can zoom in or out. I can bring it up to screen width or whole page. And this makes it easy if you're working with percentages, like I have here at 75%, and then zooming in or out to read more information. I can zoom in on photos. For instance, by clicking on the photo that's to the left of the individual section, I can bring up the picture center, and then I can zoom in and take a quick look at the picture in a larger format, and I can also zoom in to add additional information about the photo. I can zoom to places when I'm using mapping. For instance, with Ernest Lidman, I can choose to take a look at all of the information that I've entered in the events section so that I can trace his migration and the list of places that he either resided or an event occurred at. And as you can see, we can trace Ernest Lidman from Minnesota to North Dakota to Washington. And by zooming in on a particular location icon, I can find out the information about that particular place where I've zoomed and clicked. So that's it. Hope that this month has been more treats than tricks, and that you've enjoyed 31 days of treats for Family History Month. Thanks for playing along and learning more about legacy features. Now we're going to get back to Tuesday's tips only on Tuesdays. Thanks for joining me.